Welcome to a new review and a new video about the Sony LinkBuds S. So I got them here right now and I want to do a quick unboxing and review, so let's get started. So the successor of the LinkBuds, or just another variant called LinkBuds S, arrived here today, and the quick unboxing, I just unboxed it already. This is the device. There's a cable, USB-C cable, and a bit of paperwork as well inside of the box. It's a nice box. Again, Sony is environmentally friendly, so there's not lots of plastic. A lot of paper is there, but that's it. And this is this is basically the LinkBud casing. As you can see, it looks pretty cool. Has this like kind of texture, so it's a little bit different than this one here, which has like the recycled plastic and it's a bit of smooth. This one has a bit of a sandstone effect here when you touch it, and it opens up like this. You see the nice LED, so you don't have like this original LinkBuds button where you had to open it up completely to get it out, and they were clamped in, so you had to clamp them in and out again. So this is not there anymore. Here it's much easier to get them out of the casing, and holds magnetically, and as you can see, they won't fall off. I like this design. It's pretty small. It's a lot smaller than the final EVA 2020s that I have here. You see the difference like in this case here, so it's a lot smaller. It's a lot smaller also than the LG Tone Free, which is already some small. And with the LinkBuds, the original LinkBuds, you can see, yes, it is a bit wider, but the original LinkBuds are also a bit thicker. So this is, I think, a good compromise. What kind of FreeBuds I also have here, and you can see the FreeBuds casing, which is similar to the Apple AirPods casing, is also a bit bigger. So this reminds me very much of the original AirPod case that is also a bit smaller. Here the FreeBuds 4 casing, you can see it's a bit thinner, but it's a bit taller. So this one definitely fits into your pocket, which is a nice addition to this one. On the back, you can already see it has a button for pairing, of course, and we have a USB Type-C port for charging. Sadly, this one doesn't have any wireless charging, which, for 200 euros, maybe you should have included, Sony. Anyway, there's this bit of CE printing on the bottom, as you can see, and when we take these earbuds out, you can see they are pretty small indeed. And let's check one of those earbuds out. As you can see here, has this cool design that fits very nicely into your ear canal. Actually, it has some sensors here as well, so there's a sensor for detecting if you're wearing the earbud or not. And there are, of course, some indicators, first of all, if it's a left or right one, and some charging ports as well. This is the nozzle here, where you can take off. This is like a silicone tip that comes included. This is, I think, the medium size. You can see that it has like this grippy part here as well. So like is it grippy part? No, it has a different color actually, and it's a bit thicker, this rubber silicone here. But in general, the fitting of the default ones are pretty good already and fit well into my ear. So let's demonstrate this here. I put it into my ear and twist it a little bit, just like the original LinkBuds, and then they connect already. And the same goes for the other ear. So fitting is perfect for my ears with the default tips, which is super nice. So I have sound isolation already without doing much. And they probably are connected now to this Xperia Pro I that I'm recording with here. But this is pretty nice already. And they're doing a good job when it comes to fit. And also the touch controls are good. So I'm a little bit confused why you cannot configure them the way you want to. I know already that on the LinkBuds, the original one, you had only some limitations where you had several things that you can do. But this here have the perfect touch controls, I think, because you cannot do a wrong touch. You just have to double tap to do an action. Here, a single tap can do the action already, and this might lead to some issues. And by the way, because I saw it here, there's a nice writing, Sony writing as well embossed in here, which is a nice detail. So from the fit and from the and here I think you can also see there's a little bit of another color, which is probably some indicator for microphone array or something like this. For anyway, so configuration wise, they use so they're falling on the ground, and they can survive this as well, apparently. So they fit perfectly, but configuration-wise, they use a different configuration than the original LinkBuds, which is like a little bit confusing if you're used to the original LinkBuds. Why, Sony? Why are you changing the configuration? So one tap here on the right ear is pausing or playing. A double tap is skipping a song, and a triple tap is also possible. We had only double and triple taps here, not single taps, but we had also this gesture control where you can tap on your chin instead of, or your side here, instead of the bud itself. This is gone now with those for some reason. And yeah, this is a bit confusing. The other confusing thing is I either have the control to, which on the left is to switch between ambient mode and by default only ambient mode and the noise cancellation mode. No off, which I can configure, gladly can turn it off, because just wait a second, I tell you why. But then I don't have the possibility for triple tap or something, or double tap to raise volume, lower volume. Not possible. I have to go to another profile, and there it's also not double tap and triple tap as it is on the original LinkBuds, which I pretty much like. It is one tap, raise volume, hold, lower volume, and you cannot configure anything else. Like triple tap is not possible, double tap is basically raising the volume 2 times. Sony, come on, let us configure this manually the same way that we want to, so I can at least have this and I'm not confused with this. So yeah, I'm a bit disappointed when it comes to the controls here of the LinkBuds S. But yeah, if you don't have any other LinkBuds or other devices, then probably you can get accustomed to it. So this is the first thing that I'm a bit disappointed. When it comes to audio quality, I like the LinkBuds because it has this unique kind of openness to it, even if the sound is lacking a little bit of bass, which here they fixed it, so the bass is there because simply it is like a closed earbud. But here you can also fix it manually by doing like your own equalizer, and I fixed it with clear bass 10 and some manual equalizer settings that work the best on those buds, and I really like them for open fit earbuds. You get the best sound, one of the best sounds here, and this openness. And here it's complete different. It is the opposite, basically. You get closeness, but not only closeness, which good bass and rich sound stage. No, you get a very cramped sound stage, almost no sound stage at all. Basically, what you are sitting on the microphone of the singer, and here a little bit left and right the other things. It's like listening to a stereo sound set that is right in front of you, not separated outside, but right in front of you, left and right channel. And you're sitting directly in front of the singer. This is how it feels like with those here. And of course you can tweak and tune it a little bit. By default, I didn't like the bass was a little bit, there's something off with the bass. So I made the bass a bit stronger. That helped in a way, but you can make it stronger. They have the bass boost there as well. I'm not so much of a bass head, I have to say. I like a little bit of bass, but these by default was a bit recessed. And also the highs were a bit recessed. Everything was a bit recessed. It felt I could not get what it is, because I was listening to Final Audios, I was listening to LG Tone Free, I was listening even to those here that sound richer, that sound fuller, that sound more open, more soundstage. And this, I couldn't get what it was. It was not the bass, as I figured out later. It is simply the soundstage. So the soundstage is lacking on those. The LinkBuds S is just, not sure how people can call this good earbud sound if they probably never had these here and tested these. Okay, granted, the LG Tone Free you have to tweak yourself as well, otherwise they horrible. And the same goes for this, but here, Final Audio, Lipatech TVs, so many others. Even here the FreeBuds Pro, even the FreeBuds 4, which is like OpenFit, sound better by default than the Sony and have a wider open sound stage. I would even argue that this here Lenovo LP, what is it? I forgot already. LP something, very cheap headset. OpenFit design. I think in certain ways, not with the detail and clarity, but in certain ways they give you a little bit of wider soundstage, which is also weird, where maybe there are people who preferring this sound, but this is like so cramped up sound. I can make them sound all right a little bit, but it is, if you are used to such headphones, it's horrible. It's like, it doesn't feel like, when I'm listening to songs, there are only certain songs where I'm like, okay, I get the beat, I'm like with the music there, I'm in the music there, but all the other ones is like, what the fuck is going on? And this one here is so much better. So for the price of 200 euros, just get I'm not sure, probably they raised in price because I'm praising them so much. So the Final Audio EVA 2020s for true wireless headsets, just for the sound quality, it's the best. It's better than the LG Tone Free, it's better than the LinkBuds, it's better than the FreeBuds and so on. So this is the best when it comes to sound quality. This is my reference right now, and this is why they are so bad. The Sony ones is like LinkBud S, no. The LG Tone Free are comparable with the LinkBuds in a way. They have to be configured. They have some weirdness going on with their highs. I don't know, even if you configure them, there's always something feeling a little bit off, and it's not a warm sound, it's a weird artificial kind of sound when it comes to this. So I would like put them on par with the LG Tone Frees when it comes to sound quality, but they have better sound quality, but a very narrow sound stage. And I would put them lower than the LinkBud, the normal LinkBuds, or the first LinkBuds that came out from Sony, because they have a wider sound stage. If you have to tweak it, you have to tweak it to get a little bit more bass, because otherwise they sound way better, and they have more bass, definitely, because they're closed earbuds. But this has the better sound quality in general. When it comes to usability with other features, just like, for example, microphones, Sony for the first time got super duper microphones with the LinkBuds, and they continue to do this with the LinkBuds S. Basically the same microphone system. It's a good microphone system. One of the cool features of the LinkBuds S, and one of the main features of them, is ANC. So ANC is working fine and nice. You don't get cabin pressure or something like this. It's filtering out the noise pretty nicely. And when I went down to throw away the trash, I was amazed that I couldn't hear the car passing by or people passing by right next to me, because it was so scary sometimes even. So good, this adaptive noise cancellation. When it comes to even the ambience mode, the transparency mode is working fine. It is not as good as those here, because there's a bit of too much high, sometimes a bit hissing in there, and it's adaptive as well. So it's not like you have one and that's it. And it's also a little bit like when I'm walking or something like this and my shoes make some noise. It's basically amplifying this noise into my ears. So I don't like it. It's not natural. It's not natural. It's a bit of artificial, but it's still good if you want to hear what someone else is talking to you. This might work pretty nicely for you. So in terms of this, it's good. The Sony Headphones app is one of the better apps. Still, the LG Tone Free has the best app. You can configure everything in here. And I think the EQ is a little bit more granular there. So the app from the LG is still better, but the Sony app, the Headphones app, is doing a pretty nice job. Here, you don't get any app from Final Audio for this one. I think there's one in Japan, but not the global release, so I cannot say anything about this one here. Battery life on the LinkBuds S is pretty good. It's comparable to the LinkBuds, but a little bit better. So I think the LinkBuds got about 5-6 hours, and these are like 6 hours to 7 hours, but I think most of the time 6 hours is realistically. To the sound quality, ANC and so on, what I have to say is like this cramped up soundstage you only get with ANC enabled. And with transparency mode enabled, it is opening up a little bit, but feels a bit artificial still and a bit weird. If you turn it off, which by default you have to activate the checkbox to turn off ANC and ambience mode, then they are best. Then they are the best when it comes to, they perform the best, basically. You don't notice so much of a difference when you turn ANC on in terms of bass becoming bigger or becoming more punchy. Not this, but soundstage becoming a little bit wider. So instead of this soundstage, you now, if you turn everything off, you have like a little bit of this soundstage. In comparison, this one here has this soundstage all around me, where here they can only from this to this, and the rest is like this. So it's not like opening up a little bit further. So this is the issue with the Sony. Maybe it's a preference for some people that they like to have something like this. This here has a better soundstage, I would like say, also like a little bit wider maybe than the Sony's, and a little bit more three-dimensional. And this one has also a wider soundstage, definitely because it's an open earbud, which I like so much. But this here is cramped up no matter what you do. It's more cramped up with ANC enabled, less cramped up without it enabled and without transparency mode. Transparency mode is also not helping with this, I have to say. So this is my verdict of the LinkBuds S. I'm a bit disappointed, I have to say. All the configurations I tried out because I thought maybe I have to configure it like the original LinkBuds, because I was also a bit disappointed after checking them out. But after I configured them, they were working fine. After I tested them with the ambient mode and with the open sound, super duper nice headphones for open fits. This here, I'm a bit too disappointed because I'm still disappointed with them. It's a 0815, you can say. So it's a normal headphone, punchy bass. It tries to do a little bit too much with the bass. The highs are up. It's a V-shape, typical V-shape, but it's nothing exciting. It's just the normal. It's not worth 200 euros. You can get like 100 euros. What is it? FreeBuds, something that have a pretty much same sound. FreeBuds, what is it, 4i, pretty much the same sound stage, and the sound stage is even better, I would say. They have more clarity than the FreeBuds 4i, but still it is maybe 130 euros for this year, but 200 euros for them. I was like already complaining about the LinkBuds when they came out that they were too expensive, but this year is the LinkBuds S is like, they should be less expensive than the LinkBuds because they don't offer so much, I have to say. I really have to say I'm disappointed by the LinkBuds S. Maybe I have to give it a try a little bit longer, but this is too cramped up. It's not fun listening to music with this. Maybe for podcasts or for traveling, especially with the ANC enabled, and you can put them in the train and you don't hear anything around you. This is pretty good. Or for airplane even, they can filter out a lot of sound there, noise, and pretty much I think better than even the FreeBuds Pro, but they're older, definitely I think 2 years older, and the FreeBuds 4 definitely. They're a little bit better than the LG Tone Free, I would say, as well when it comes to noise reduction. Sony knows its noise reduction. The noise reduction here is more cabin pressure and lets in more noise, definitely. And those are better in noise reduction. So this is the main feature of them, noise reduction. Sound quality is okay-ish, but not 200 euros okay-ish. 200 euros okay-ish, just, I think I got them here for 200 euros. This is the reference in terms of music, and I don't know. I probably will send them back because I don't like them, I have to say. This is the first time I'm really sending back a headphone, I think. So all the other headphones, even this Lenovo one that was still okay-ish enough for the price point, because that's, what is it, 20 euros or something like that, under 20 euros. But this is here 200 euros, and for 200 euros, no, I don't see it. I wanted something fancy. I wanted something that is not as big as this EVAs here. The design, of course, is Neon Genesis Evangelion anime, but they're a little bit bigger and they stick out a little bit. And those here, if I put them into here, they... do I have the right one? That's the left one. This is the right one. If I put them into here, they are like flat, and I can like lie down without being disturbed by them a little bit more. You don't feel them if you have them in your ear, definitely, because it's like they become like air. The only thing that you feel is like that they're in your ear because you have already sound isolation, but that's basically it. So they're very lightweight, and this is good. This is a positive point. But I don't like the soundstage. And yeah, what do you think? Do you own the LinkBuds S and are disappointed as well by them? Did you compare it with other headphones? What do you like the best? I have to say I am a bit disappointed. I will probably send them back because I expected more from Sony in terms of sound. And I did not try the XM4s or XM3s. People say they are good headphones. I was a bit skeptical when too many people recommend the same product without telling me why they are good or comparing them with something that I know, that so I can, yeah. Anyway, so those are going back, of course.